Hello, I'm Coach Dylan Brickner, and I'm going to be showing you a 7-part warm-up series that you can use to activate prior to your run. The first one is just a standing hamstring scoop. Begin with one heel out in front of you, toes are up. Push your hips back to the wall behind you as you try and reach to the floor with a straight leg. So the straight leg scoop. We're going to go 5 on each side. Heel out, hips back, reaching for the floor to get a big stretch through the hamstrings. So you would go 5 and 5. From there, standing tall, we're going to do a side bend for about 10 to 15 seconds each side. From a standing position, I'm going to take one step back behind. Right? And if my right leg is back, my right arm is going to reach. So 10 to 15 seconds. Try and open up your chest. Take a couple big breaths on each side. Big stretch through the side of the body. And then we'd switch, same thing. Step behind and reach. 10 to 15 seconds each way. From this position, we're going to go to a wide stance upper back twist, or T-spine rotation. My feet are wide outside the width of my hips, with my toes pointed forward. From here, I'm going to reach straight down to the floor. What I'll tell people is, prior to our upper back twists, let's try and stretch each way. So fingers can walk left and right, and then settle down the middle. We're going to go 5 upper back twists each side. So my eyes follow my hands as I rotate as far as possible. Big stretch through the hips and hamstrings and the lower back. Okay? From there, we're going to do a toe touch to a deep squat. Okay? My feet are going to be outside the width of my hips with my toes slightly turned out. From this position, I want to push my hips back to the wall behind me as I reach for my toes. Grabbing my toes if I can. I want to sit deep with my heels flat, my chest up. My elbows push my knees out. So I'm trying to hang out here in the bottom, and then I'm just going to stand up back to the top. Times 5, hips go back. Feel a stretch, pull your toes to sit deep. Hang out in the bottom with your chest up. Hips up, chest up to stand. Times 5. From there, something for the front side of the hip is staggered hip flexor stretch. So if I begin standing, I'm going to drop one foot back behind me so I'm long from my knee through my heel. And from this position, I want to keep my hips squeezed forward, right? Almost already feeling a stretch in the front side of that back leg. From this position, I'm reaching to the ceiling, to the wall behind me. Again, so I'm long from my fingers through my heel. And it's a big stretch to the front side of my hip through my abdominals. And I want to take a couple big breaths in this position. The hope here is to hold for 15 seconds on each side. And then we switch and repeat, same leg steps, or opposite leg steps back, hips squeeze forward, reach to the ceiling, big stretch for 15 seconds each side. From there, to get the calves prepared to run, we're going to do a 3-way calf raise. So 8 calf raises with our toes pointed forward, 8 with our toes pointed out, and 8 with our toes pointed in. So if I start with my toes pointed forward, feet are right underneath me, I'm going to squeeze to the ceiling and then just try and get a rhythm. Squeeze at the top, rock back. 8 times forward, 8 times out, squeezing, trying to pause at the top, and then 8 times in. Squeeze at the top. Trying to keep my balance there. All right, lastly for this 7-part warm-up, just high knees. So the last thing that we want to do to bridge the gap between our warm-up and our run is to make sure that our bodies are warm, our heart rate is elevated, and we're going to go high knees to do that. Right? So from a standing position, I want to mimic running. So I don't just run with my legs, but I want to swing my shoulders and my arms as well. Okay, so swinging from the shoulder, if my arms are at 90, right? Swinging from my shoulder, I want to get my arms up and work in opposition. Right? So from here, if I start with a march, okay, and I get up a little faster into a sprint, okay, we're going to go 15 seconds here, try to get the arms and the legs moving prior to running. Okay? That is a 7-part warm-up series that you can use daily prior to your runs, or even first thing in the morning to get ready, that will prepare the body to feel better on your run, reduce your likelihood of injury, and hopefully enhance your run as well. Thank you.